Hello to all the knights and queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, coming back at you with another whoosh, phenomenal video. So my topic today basically is going to be about self-esteem. I did a video about self-worth or self-image, and this is about self-esteem. And basically, your self-esteem is your worth, your value, what you perceive you are worthy of, or your worth of yourself. Basically, excuse me. So basically, how do you feel about yourself? So self-esteem is basically when you carry yourself at a certain standard, at a certain morals in your life. What, like, your value, your worth, what you're deserving of, like what you bring to the table is basically your self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what you perceive your self-worth is. And I feel like this topic, or these kind of topics, are something that I feel like everybody should really reflect about and talk about, and really understand that for yourself. Really take time to build yourself up more and more, and not just kind of get lost in the everyday hustle and bustle. If you make time for other things that really not bringing nothing to your growth, you can use that time to grow yourself and really understand who you are, what you bring to the table, and your truth. You know what I'm saying? That's something what I mean by truth as well. Like your self-worth, like basically what you're willing to accept and not accept in your life, and the standards that you want for your life or around your goals and dreams. You know what I'm saying? So self-esteem is basically, if you're gonna go on a date, you're the type of potential candidates, the dates you want to go on. Basically what I'm saying. So it's basically, if you already have this set image, or this set the standard, basically, like you're looking for like a nice guy or a nice girl, well groomed, carry themselves well, know how to speak, know how to treat others, have goals and dreams. Those basically the standards that you already implemented in your mind, and that's what you're eternally gonna look out for. So when you go on dates with different people, this is your checklist. This is okay. And if those standards are a big, they're like the icebreaker, and you feel like that person don't possess that, that's something you should feel as well comfortable talking about. You know what I'm saying? As you perceive the dating game. You know what I'm saying? So if people are not checking off this list, then your self-esteem is basically, I'm not gonna settle. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I'll deal with that, or I can kind of fix someone. And we really gotta get out that mindset that you can fix someone, because nobody's broken. People need improve. I know there's people who want to grow and evolve, or people need some kind of growth in their life, but that ultimately happens when they're willing to do the work necessary for them to grow and become a better version of themselves. Not only to please their partner, but also for themselves. It's like two categories for yourself and the person you're with, and ultimately growing together. So when you're going on dates, then this is what you begin to look for. You know what I'm saying? And then if you feel like there's red flags, like there are big no's for you, then that's your determining factor of like, okay, this is not a potential candidate for me. This person is. And we really got to get out of that mindset. Just because someone looks good or has some money or the material possessions, that doesn't necessarily mean they are good for you. They're good people, or they have good characteristics or traits that ultimately will benefit both parties. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's so many people that deal with so much just because someone looks good. Someone could look good and be really toxic and not good for you. Could even be crazy. Could even cause harm to you. And there's people who look good, but they have a pure heart. They are kind, they are genuine, they want better for themselves. They see themselves being, they know they could be loyal and true in what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to build up your self-esteem and know what you're looking for in that as well. Knowing when to back away from the table, or when to continue to press forward into the table. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's a lot of things people should really begin to understand and cultivate for themselves, and not only for themselves, really break these type of topic and things down to their children who has kids or who has like siblings, and really talk about these things that help nourish that environment or those aspects within each other, instead of trying to be like tearing people down. Help build people up, help people become better, because the more you help others, the more help you will get in your time of need. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a law of cause and effect, is basically what I'm saying. So, and there's nothing wrong with helping other people win. It's like society became like, people just became so jealous and envious that it's like they want you to do good but not better than themselves. And when you are doing better than themselves, they want to drag you down to their level. Instead of thinking like, let me just be happy for this person, let me just help them, let me help them, because in helping others, you figure out how to help yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to help yourself before you can help other people. And if you can't help yourself, then at least be happy and willing to help others grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, never have that mentality like a selfish game, basically. Like, I have to get something in order for me to do something. Life does not work like that. Things will not work out in your favor if that's the kind of mentality you have. And I'm telling you this because I've seen this and play out in such ugly ways with a lot of people that I know of, or just in general being out and about. Because people rather just like waste their time making excuses instead of just living up to their solutions. Creating the solution, living up to it, and really just becoming an overall good person. We're talking about growth. We're talking about becoming better. We're talking about helping others get back, because I can't stress this enough. It's like how you treat other impacts not only them, but the millions of people they will come in contact with. Same thing, vice versa. This is why self-esteem is such a big thing, because you have to know your truth. You have to know your worth and what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. You have to be the one to make that decision. Are you going to be a good person, or are you continue to be a negative person? Because positive, negative have consequences that goes either way. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just wasting your time, just being miserable and negative and all that, take time to grow yourself and heal yourself so you can be a blessing to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have one life to live. One life to live. I cannot stress that enough. So why not live a beautiful life? Why do you continue to insist to live a miserable and negative life? That's what I mean by self-esteem. Like, you really believe that your worth is nothing to you. Like, you just like whatever. Like, God just made you for whatever, and that's not the truth. If God gave you life, is for a reason, and it's a beautiful reason behind that. We need to understand what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Understand the gravity of what that is and could be for you. So this is why you have to build your self-esteem up. So that way you know how to carry yourself in your life and circumstance and situation with people and different people in different settings, different groups. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have all the quality in the world, but if you do not have the confidence in your self-esteem, like knowing what you bring and having that confidence, that determining factor within yourself, then how do you expect for people to actually want to work with you or have you in their life? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really be like, because just like, okay, it's basically like this. It's like if you meet someone, but they kind of like cocky, like they know they look good, they have all this stuff, but they kind of act like they all done a bag of chips. But then you come across with them and they trying to get with you, but they still kind of giving out that aura. It's up to you. Be like, yeah, you may have everything I'm looking for, but your characteristic is something that I do not want and do not want to entertain. Knowing, like, your self-esteem is basically knowing that you are worthy of a person like that, but not in those ways, and walking away from the situation, not because they look good and you jumping down the pants. And I want to make this very clear. Stop using your body as a weapon or as something of an influence to get what you want, or to use people to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are really going around here thinking that, oh, if you just giving yourself, you know what I mean by that, expecting everybody to be like, oh my God, to do the most for you. But it's like, where's the self-respect in that? You know what I'm saying? Where's the truth in your and the truth within yourself? Respecting yourself, respecting your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Because when you go around thinking that just because you're giving yourself in a certain kind of way, you're basically telling the world a lot about you. That basically demonstrating how your own self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you need to bring more than just like what you call that, a sexual type of thing to it. You know what I'm saying? You have to really raise your level of self-esteem and stop carrying yourself like very like low. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people out here, like what I see, which it goes into my topic of self-esteem. A lot of people out here are like half naked now, showing so much, leaving nothing to the imagination, and then they really expect to find true love, or expect to find someone that will respect them as the person they are, not what you're offering. This is what I mean. Like, when you carry yourself a certain kind of way, you cannot get mad when you are attracting the wrong things to you, because you're choosing not to correct yourself. And I mean correct yourself, it's like in a way of improving. Because if you want a kind and gentle man, you have to be kind and gentle to attract that. You cannot be ratchet, ghetto, angry, mean, and bitter, and you really think that you are gonna attract beautiful people to your life, that you're really gonna have a healthy relationship when you're not giving out those type of signals. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy to me that people want to find true love, and people trying to find true love, but yet carrying themselves in the wrong way, and then they wonder why they're having the same result and the same type of person they keep being ending up being with. You have to change who you are a little bit. You have to grow in and evolve and know when to say and enough is enough and no is no. Point blank period. Regardless of anything. You know, that's what I mean by your self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to know your worth and your truth. And this is why I want to clear up, because and it's just crazy to me that people really out here are half naked, doing the most, trying to get validated and liked, and you will never get validated and liked, because even if that temporary moment of fulfillment, of being wanted, of being desired, and being what's it, precious, you know, being wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may feel that for the moment, but when everything settles down and time goes on, you're still, that void is still exists, it's still in there, because you're not feeling it with something of truth. It's just basically a lie. You know what I'm telling you? So this is what I mean by your self-esteem. Like, you really have to carry yourself at a better level of self-esteem and stop tolerating things that are not for you, they're not good for you. You know what I'm saying? If you try to fill a empty void with quick fixes, instant gratification, that void will get bigger, deeper, and darker. This is why it's important for you to really sit down, understand what self-esteem means to you, and the levels of that, and begin to rise. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you entertain the buffoonery, the more people take you as a joke. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect to gain what you want if you're doing the opposite of what you're trying to get. Is basically what I'm saying. But like I said, all my videos, I love you, God bless you, I thank you, I'm proud of you. Remember, you can grow and learn everything. It's not about perfection, but about progression. But like I said, all my videos, comment, like, and subscribe. You already know to take the world by storm. I'm proud of you. Rise to the level of your expectation and should be free within yourself. Until my next one, peace.